Jim in Texas 707 asked me how in the world I could possibly put up a CB antenna here where I'm at. So I'm going to show you, Jim, what I did. The disclaimer is, this was never designed to hold a imax 2000 or to hold any CB antenna for that matter. This base was merely dug with a campfire shovel in the middle of the night. I kid you not. It's a very shallow hole. I probably got 3 bags of concrete into the base before I literally gave up. There's about an 8-inch square, quarter-inch thick base plate with a stub of pipe welded onto the top of it. Right there's the pipe stub. Now strangely, the crucial drainage hole has disappeared because right there's the base plate. It's sprayed with a whole can of undercoating. Right there's basically the weld going around. But the damn drainage hole is gone. Oh man, for the love of God, give me the answer here. Where did the drainage hole go? Well, that might be it. But man, I thought I drilled it bigger than that. Might have got filled up. So basically you can just buy these base plates dirt cheap. Probably like 35 bucks, something like that. Well, they're probably 130 now. But it's 8 inches square. I knocked out like 4 holes in it. I don't think it had holes in it to start with. I just slapped it down on top of the concrete after it was semi-cured. Everything is sprayed with a boatload of undercoating. This is all wrapped here. This joint, I don't remember what I wrapped it with, and then I undercoated over top of it. The whole kind of like exposed piece of the concrete slab, the whole top of it is sprayed with undercoating because the water table here is basically about as high as what my kitchen table is. So there's a ground connection that comes off here on a piece of number 8, goes over. Somehow I managed to get a 5/8 ground rod down in. Usually doing that without an impact hammer is something that doesn't happen. But I did this one from memory with a 2-pound hammer. I think I got at least 6 foot of it into the ground before I had to cut off the remaining 2. And then everything is wrapped with rubber self-fusing splicing tape, and then it's all sprayed with undercoating. There's a grade 8 bolt that goes through here. And like I said, this is just basically a stub of pipe that's welded down onto the plate. A piece of CA600 coax cable that I used for the ground too, coming off the side here. This here is basically clothesline prop. I mean, without the house bracket on it, I mean, this thing would probably fall over on its own will, to be honest with you. But as I said, this was just made for a TV antenna. So I just lagged it down there, put a carriage bolt through on each leg. I did drill out all these rivets. I put grade 8 bolts through them. So there's grade 8 bolts through the legs. But once again, I mean, this here stuff is so flimsy. The wind picked up my stepladder one day and blew it into it. I mean, it takes next to nothing to literally just tear this stuff here. I think I drilled out the rivets here too. Well, I didn't drill them all out because that one's still in. Man, my memory's bad. I must have started to drill the rivets out. Obviously these over here I didn't drill out either. Put a grade 8 bolt in there. This here was just basically a really shallow pad. I think I got like 2 or 3 bags of concrete into this side before I just gave up. So there's really not much to it. Put some pieces of 5/8 inch rebar down in and put some ground clamps on it. This is Tapcon down in here. There's like 2 Tapcons in there. This is actually shimmed up here. I see I got shims under it. These are two heavy-duty hinges. I think I got at Tractor Supply. I tap-conned them down to the concrete pad. None of this would have happened without the house bracket, if you want to call it that, which is made of a piece of 3/16 angle iron that I have lagged in on the front side and lagged in from the bottom with some smaller lags. I welded two stiffeners in there. You can see they're kind of like contoured a little bit to keep that angle iron from sponging, because that's only, I think it's 1/8 inch angle, 1/8 by 3/4. And then there's two grade 8 bolts that are bolted through there that allows that bracket to slide in and out. The front face of it is 1/4 inch by probably inch with a U-bolt wrapped around it. That's really all there is to it. All these joints are overlapped by 18 inches, a minimal of 18 inches. The top are 18s, and the bottom section it's slid down in, I think might be over 18 inches that it's pushed down in, because you definitely don't want to pull these telescopic poles out to the point in which there's only 6 inches of pole inside the pole. I mean, you could do that if you had it guyed and you'd be fine. But I mean, this is no way, shape, or form the ideal thing to do. Yeah, I drilled these rivets out and put some grade 8 bolts in there too. But this here tripod does absolutely nothing. You know, without the bracket, this would never even fly. Unfortunately, the connection point is what the issue is here. The connection point is only 8 foot 3 inches above ground level. So you see what happens. You got 35 foot of leverage above that 8 foot 3 inch point, which acts like a big crowbar. It's not an ideal situation at all. I think that's what I'm trying to say to you.